decisions. Coming back to the ocean, we're trying to understand now how to reconcile and balance the need for both environmental sustainability and economic prosperity. And across the country, people are debating whether to drill for oil, how to manage fisheries, and where to put protected areas. But there's often no connection between these discussions. The PNCIMA area is governed by a complex web of laws and regulations managed by different levels of government. You can see all their icons there. This governance structure points to the need for developing a unified vision and integrated approach to oceans management that effectively considers the impact of individual sector activities on each other and on the ocean as a whole. New governance mechanisms can also further the coordination needed. It should come as no surprise then that the continued expansion of activities in the ocean is leading to conflicts between different users and clashes between the use of our ocean resources and the protection of the environment. Shipping routes cross migration paths of endangered whales, coastal people worry about what wind farms will look like on the horizon, and some fishing practices may be impacting on non-targeted species or ecosystems. Proposals for marine protected areas often result in heated battles with other oceans users who are trying to make a living. These competing ocean activities are likely to intensify over the next decade. Already in some areas, the demand for ocean space far exceeds the available space. So like we did a century ago on the land, now is the time to think ahead and talk about what we want our oceans to look like into the future. Then we can put the right plans in place to make this vision a reality. Across the globe, this kind of oceans planning is happening now in Belgium, Germany, England, and in parts of Canada here. Planners are making inventories of all existing and planned activities in their country's waters, identifying sensitive ecological areas that need protection, and then combining this information to develop long-term plans for ocean use. One important step in this process is to bring all the interested parties together to share their perspective and to explore different scenarios for the future. And this is a process we refer to as integrated marine spatial planning. Like any kind of successful public policy, integrated marine spatial planning will require trade-offs and compromises. We'll need to bring everyone together who has an interest in the ocean and focus on the future, allowing marine planning to help diffuse some of the traditional us versus them battles over ocean space. There's room for many users if we're willing to talk to each other and plan ahead. So what's next? Where do we go from here? There are constructive roles for everybody and every sector with an interest in the ocean. Industries, businesses, universities, coastal communities, First Nations, environmental organization. There's important work to be done by those in the room today and by all stakeholders and interest groups. Canada's oceans are governed by a complex web of laws and regulations managed by different levels of government. This governance structure points to the need for developing a unified vision and integrated approach to oceans planning. The PNCIMA initiative purpose is to sustain a healthy and safe and prosperous ocean area by enhancing collaboration between federal agencies, First Nations governments, and by effectively engaging provincial ministries, local governments, and stakeholders in integrated management planning. If we start now and learn from past successes and challenges on the land, we can learn to balance economic and environmental values and lay the groundwork for healthy ecosystems and a sustainable oceans economy for decades ahead. This is the challenge that we have set for ourselves, and this is the forum where we start to answer these questions together. Thank you.
Thank you, Rebecca. On the heels of both the video you just saw and what Rebecca said, remember the sticky notes, please. If there are values coming to mind, interests that you have that you think are going to be vital and important, jot them down and start collecting them because they're going to be useful to you after lunch in your first plenary session.